In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. And first I would like to thank Sarah for her presentation, her beautiful presentation about beauty. And when I was thinking about what to share, I thought maybe I can share some reflections about beauty in the Quran, because the concept of beauty is very much highlighted in the Quran, and it's surprising even for me when I was doing this research and preparation. It was very surprising to me when I found all of these references together, and I ask God to help me to share with you some aspects of this. We have, first of all, many notions which are related to beauty used in the Quran. For example, we have Jamal. Those who know Arabic, they know Jamal means beauty and Jamil means beautiful. So the Quran sometimes uses this concept. Another concept that the Quran uses is husn. Husn means again beauty, and sometimes beauty and goodness. And husn and its derivatives seem to be the most important concept to convey the meaning of beauty in the Quran. There are about 200 cases in which husn is used in the Quran. And then we have zina, which is like adornment, and this with its derivatives is used 46 times. All different kinds of beautification and adornment that are mostly related to the physical world or the human ways of beautifying things, etc. We have also Helia, which means beautiful cover or dress. And we have Bahja, which is also related to beauty, because they say it's a kind of beauty which causes joy and happiness. And then we have many other things that also are used that convey a way of beautification. For example, we have hobok, which is interpreted as beautiful way or beauty, or zokhruf, which is like using gold for beautification, and other things. But the major ones are these 5: Jamal, Husn, Zina, Hilya, and Bahja. And what is interesting is that God Himself has beautiful names. So for example, the Quran says that in chapter 20 verse 8, Allahu la ilaha illahu lahul asma'ul husna. God has different names, and these names of God are called al asma'ul husna, means beautiful names. So God Himself is absolute beauty, and then He has granted to creation degrees of beauty, and has asked us also to believe and to practice and to exhibit beauty of beliefs, beauty of practices, and beauty of qualities which are virtues. About beauty in the creation, for example, in chapter 32 verse 7 we have الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه. He is the one who made everything that he created beautiful. So beauty is mentioned here. Or for example, in chapter A'raf, verse 32, God says, قُلْ مَنْ حَرَّمَ زِينَةَ اللَّهِ الَّتِي أَخْرَجَ لِعِبَادِهِ وَالطَّيِّبَاتِ مِنَ الرِّزْقِ. Who is the one who has prohibited the beauty that God has given and has brought forth for his servants? So God has given some beautiful things to us, beautiful, for example, clothes, house, place of, living, food. We should not prohibit beautiful things and say, we don't want to have beautiful things because we want to be detached from, for example, worldly life. We should use these beautiful things, but we should find the balance and we should not go to excess. Or, for example, when it comes to our practices, God says that he prescribed to Israelites, and also this is said to us also to learn, that they should speak to people in a beautiful way and use beautiful words. قُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Or God says, tell my servants that they should say the most beautiful things. Or we have asked human beings to do beautiful things to their parents. Or when you are patient, you should be patient in a beautiful way, which has been interpreted without complaining. If I am patient but I complain, this is not beautiful. So if I'm patient without complaining, it's beautiful. Or about using intellect, God says, give glad tidings to those servants who listen to the words and then they choose the best and the most beautiful ones. And also when you forgive each other, God says, فَاسْفَحِ الصَّفْحَ الْجَمِيلَ. Forgive each other in a beautiful way. Perhaps by not reminding the other person that you are forgiven, and you did bad, but I forgave you, etc. So all different dimensions of our practices and our speech and also our beliefs. For example, إِلَيْهِ يَسْعَدُ الْكَلِمُ الطَّيِّبُ. Pleasant and nice beliefs go high and rise towards God, and the righteous deeds lift them. Something also interesting is the way the Quran connects beauty to measure. One aspect of beauty is measure and balance. At the same time that everything is beautiful, everything is also with measure. And it is interesting that God is himself unlimited and without measure, but everything he created has a measure. إِنَّا كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَاهُ بِقَدَرٍ. We have created everything with some measure. Or كُلَّ شَيْءٍ عِنْدَهُ بِمِقْدَارٍ. Everything with him has a measure. And therefore, for us, it's very important to always find this measure. And this, calculation is very important. كُلَّ شَيْءٍ بِحُسْبَانٍ. And I think all the sciences and technology and engineering, all these are because God has created everything in exact measures. And even for spirituality, sometimes people think when it comes to spirituality, maybe it's not something that you can use certain maths. But I think even spirituality has its own maths and its own calculation. And if we really master it, nothing is going to be surprising. Just we don't know. And we think, that it's happening sometime, not happening. But otherwise, I think it's impossible that someone does something with a certain measure and gets a result, and another person with exactly the same thing would not get the result. I think equal practices would bring equal results. If they are not equal results, it's because there has been some differences. Otherwise, there is nothing as accident or chance in this world, whether it be creation or whether it be in legislation or whether it be in spirituality. Another thing is that God is simple, something that we have in, Islamic philosophy, Christian philosophy, Jewish philosophy. We say God is simple, meaning he is not compound. This simplicity of God has not caused God not having beautiful names. And this is amazing, that something which is simple has all the perfection and all the beauties. I think there is something for us to learn, that if we have simplicity, of course we cannot be as simple as God, but if we have simplicity which helps us to go back to our nature and be in harmony with the whole nature, then we don't need to bring too many bits and pieces and miscellaneous things to create beauty. There is beauty in simplicity that we should try to discover instead of trying to beautify. I think we need to discover beauty. Many times with the things that we have, I think there is a way to find beauty, and we don't need always to add things to make it beauty, or bring painting and furniture and curtain always. Sometimes yes, but I think there is always a hidden beauty that we have to find among the things that we have. Also maybe in human relations, even if our relations are very troubled, there is a beautiful relation or a beauty there that we need to discover and bring it out and enjoy. We don't need to create necessarily beauty. I think many times we can just let the beauty emerge, and we should appreciate. I think one of the greatest branch of intelligence and also great keys of success is to be able to notice beauty, notice positive things, not necessarily creating them, but notice. Two people go to the same, for example, park or garden. One of them gets lots of energy, another person gets a little, another person it was boring. The same place, but people get different energy. And I think people who are closer to God, they should be able to attract and understand and appreciate to the maximum the beauty which is there. And therefore, godly people should be happiest people, I think. Although they have some sufferings, because they see problems in the world, but in the one sense, they are the happiest people because they are walking on artistic and masterpieces created by God, and they see beauty of God everywhere. So I think there is a joy in them that people who don't have that close connection with God cannot understand. And they think maybe these are boring, or unfortunately many times we want to just damage natural beauty and environment, etc., make buildings and constructions and roads and these type of things. But the closer we are to the nature, I think the better chance of having permanent beauty. And I also think about the food is the same. I think when food is more natural, when it's less manipulated by human beings, I feel more spiritual. Therefore, I enjoy very much eating fruits and vegetables because I feel closer to God more than when I eat something which is very much manipulated by us as human beings. So this simplicity and measure and being in harmony with the whole creation are three things that I want to highlight. Then there are some reflections, on different types of beauties that some thinkers have mentioned 4 types of beauty, and I don't think we need to talk about that. And I would like to know more about your opinion, about the way we can show the beauty of this way of looking at the world as people who believe in God to the people who don't believe in God. I think they miss a lot in this aspect, and how we can together work to show them the beauty of creation. When you go to a gallery and you believe that these are masterpieces by one of the greatest artists, you have one experience. If you think that some things are just collected from the unwanted items from different houses and put together, you have another experience. So I think we need to find out a way how we can let other people, who don't believe in God, to see this beauty. And for sure, part of it is to see it in our relation and in our lives, but maybe there is something more that we can also share with them. So these are just some thoughts that I thought to share with you, but it's very much in need of development. There's lots of things to complete. Thank you very much.